So Prankits wins the April 2022 first in-person YCS after a bunch of years, and it goes to none other than Elijah Green. So congratulations, Elijah Green, for winning. I played against him on high-rated dueling book, so I know that he is a good player, and he was playing Prankits. Brave, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer Prankits, and I don't want to say I told you guys, but I told you guys that Prankits was going to be the best deck at the event, and it just goes to tell you, 10 Prankits decks made it to the top 32 of the YCS. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the little graph right here of all the decks that made it. So Prankits was the dominant force at the event. Shadow Dogmatica, one of them. Dragon Link, one deck made it. Invoke, one deck. Despia, one deck. Sky Striker, one deck. Eldlich, two decks. Just pure Eldlich. Based, 3 decks. The Cyber's Eldlich, 3 of them made it, and Flunderies, 4 made it, and Tenyi Sword Soul, 5 of them made it. So a lot of decks in the top 32. So, but without a doubt, Prankits was the dominant force at the event. So if you're planning to go to any upcoming regionals or YCSs, you better be prepared for Prankits. If there's no ban list anytime soon, then Prankits will continue to dominate this event. So I have a couple of thoughts though that I want to talk to you guys about regarding this event. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Eldlich, just pure Eldlich, not the combo variant, made it to the finals. As a matter of fact, I believe that the other Eldlich player made it. The other pure Eldlich player made it to the top 8. So yeah, pure Eldlich. I think the reason why it had so much success is because a lot of people are only side decking 4 anti back row cards. They're side decking Red Reboot, Harpy's Feather Duster, and maybe 3 or 2 Cosmic Cyclones. So we're seeing little to no spell and trap card removal, and that I think Eldlich takes advantage of that. That's why the second player made it with Eldlich, just pure Eldlich, just the trap version. So Eldlich is something that we need to take into account going forward. So how can we fix this ban list, right? We all thought that Scythe was gonna be a problem in this event, and guess what? It was a problem. And you may be wondering, how was it a problem, Yara, if no Scythe decks made it to the finals? Well, it's because Scythe is defining the format, even if he doesn't make it to the finals, because you have to be prepared to face Scythe, otherwise you lose, right? So you have to put in a lot of side deck, a lot of main deck stuff to counter Scythe, and guess what? You're missing out on side deck cards like Cosmic Cyclones or Twin Twisters. So in order to prepare for Scythe, you're not preparing enough for those heavy back row decks. So that's why Scythe is a format defining card. So I still think that Scythe deserves a ban. That's not even a question. So what other card do we need to hit though? Let's talk about Prankits. Prankits, right? Like, what card can we hit in Prankits? A lot of people are saying that the Brave stuff is the problem, and I agree, the Brave stuff is the problem, but I don't think Konami will touch the Brave stuff just yet because it's a fairly new thing here in the TCG, so they need to sell a lot of that product, so I don't think they're going to touch it. So they're probably going to go after the main abusers, which is stuff like Prankits or Based. So I think in Based and Prankits, they're probably going to touch Verte Anaconda. Verte Anaconda, pretty much all of those decks that use either Scythe or like Prankits or Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, they all use Verte Anaconda. So I believe that Verte Anaconda will be one of those cards that will get banned. The OCG already banned it, and I think the TCG will follow along with them. Now regarding Prankits, there's a couple of ways that we can touch Prankits. I've been playing against Prankits. I watched a lot of games. As a matter of fact, I watched every single game in this tournament of the top 32 that was featured, and I played against Prankits a lot. So I've theorized about what can get hit. So a couple of things that can be hit is we can ban pranks, right? That's what gives them the long games. As we saw on the finals, it was a almost 50-minute game, first game, and the only reason that the Prankits player was able to stay that long is because of pranks, right? If they didn't have pranks, they wouldn't be able to stay in the game that long. So we can ban pranks, we can limit Doodle, The standard combo goes to 2 or 3 doodles on their first turn. So if we limit doodle, then I think that will slow the strategy a lot. So that's another thing that we can touch. Either ban pranks, limit doodle, or another thing that we can do is also we can ban meow meow. That's another thing that we can do. So it will no longer be like 15 one-card starters. They're gonna rely mainly on running polymerization, more pandemoniums. Right now they're only running one pandemonium because they don't really rely on it. They just kind of need it to make the butler during the opponent's turn. So yeah, we can ban meow meow, we can ban pranks, or we can limit doodle. I think those would be like the correct hits. But what do you guys think? Where do you think that we should touch the Prankets deck? Now, another deck that we need to talk about that I haven't talked about myself is Eldlich. What are we gonna do about Eldlich? How can we touch this strategy, right? I don't think that banning any other cards is an option, since it's not like an over oppressive deck. I do think we just need to like limit or semi-limit some of their stuff. We could maybe semi-limit Conquistador, or we can semi-limit the Scarlet. Those are a couple of things that we can touch. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you think we should like semi-limit Scarlet, semi-limit Conquistador, maybe do both at the same time? That's an option, right? I just think this deck has outgrind almost any deck, with the exception of Prankets with pranks on the field. But yeah, the Eldlich grind, it's crazy. Like they can outgrind almost any deck of the format. So and then another deck that we need to talk about is Flounderies. So with Flounderies, there's a couple of things that we can touch as well. We could ban the Windbearer statue. I think that's one of the most unfair cards in their strategy. One of the top 8 players that was playing Flounderies was running 2 Windbearer statues. So it just goes to show you how good it is to their strategy. So we can start out by banning the Windbearer statue, or we can ban Shifter. That's another option. So, or we can ban Risa. Risa is just that one card that's able to stack the opponent's deck, or just like return one of the cards to their hand or something like that. So yeah, how do you guys think we should touch the Flounderies deck? I mean, we see how strong it is, and it's only gonna get stronger if it doesn't get touched at all, because all the other decks are gonna go down and Flounderies will just go up. Their ability to main deck Shifter, the Windbearer statue, Dark Ruler no more. I mean, this deck is insane. The only deck right now that can truly use Pot of Prosperity to its fullest potential, because it doesn't hurt them at all, basically. So yeah, Halki Fibrax is another thing that it's hot right now. I don't think they're gonna hit Halki Fibrax. So another thing that we can touch is 001. That's another card that we can touch. But yeah, so many discussions that we can talk about. What cards should get hit, what cards should get banned, limited, semi-limited. There's a whole conversation that we can talk about. But I want to know in the comments below, what cards do you guys think that should get banned? But also, once again, congratulations to Elijah Green for winning with the Prankets deck. You could tell that that was a long tournament. Everybody on the camera looked tired, looked mad, looked absolutely devastated, because after 10 rounds or something like that, in 2 days of just back-to-back dueling, being seen on camera, judges, rulings, and everything, it's insane. So yeah, as always guys, this was Yara here, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.